Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Costello again. We are going to do day 8, the application of system of inequalities. So, I know you're probably looking at this and you're not super happy because yes, it is word problems, but it's graphing and most of you guys are pretty good at graphing. So hopefully that'll help a little bit. But I just need you to go into this lesson with an open mind and like have some patience. We're gonna put what we did in day 6 and day 7 together today. Okay, but I'm gonna walk you through it. So please just kind of, have patience and just follow along. So, number 1. Axel Rose is fishing for surf perch and rockfish, which are 2 species of bottom fish. So he's going fishing. And these are his 2 fish. Oh my gosh, hold on. Sorry. There we go. Okay. These are my 2 types of fishies, so I'm going to go ahead and highlight them or underline them, whatever you want to do. Gaming laws in the marina allow you to catch no more than 15 surf perch per day. Okay, that's pretty important. I'm going to highlight that in green because that's my surf perch color. And no more than 10 rockfish per day. Okay, I'm going to highlight that too. That's in pink. That's my rockfish color. And then no more than 15 total fish per day. Okay, that's important. I'm going to highlight it in a different color because we're talking about both fishies now. So we want to graph a system of inequalities to represent the possible number of fishies he can catch. Okay, so here's the deal. On your test, here's one really easy point that you could earn. Okay, just like in day 6, we're going to create variables for the things that we don't know. Well, we don't know, or the things that we're talking about in this problem, one is surf perch fishes. So I'm going to use S, and I'm going to say that represents the surf perches. And then I'm going to use R for some rockfishes. Okay. Now, I know that would get you 1 point on your day 6 part, but we got to do one more thing on this, and that is we're going to label our axes on this graph right here. So one of them all we are going to do is we are literally going to write surf perch down here. And we are going to write rockfish on the side right here. And we're super happy because that gets us some points. Really, really easy. Even if you don't know how to set up the equations, that gets us, some points real easy. Okay, so now we're going to set up some equations. I have 3 different colors, so we're going to set up 3 different equations, and I'm going to help you graph them. So the first part says that you can't catch more than 15 surf perch per day. So if I'm talking about the surf perches, I'm going to use S. And then I can't catch more than 15. So because it's an inequality, we either need to have like less than, greater than, whatever. No more than means it better be less than or equal to 15. Okay, you can have 15, that's fine. All right. Then I'm going to set up an equation for, we're going to set up the equation, for the rockfish. So I can't catch any more than 10 rockfish per day. So that means I'm talking about the rockfish, so I'm going to start with R. And I'm going to use the exact same inequality I used on my other one, less than or equal to. But this time I can only catch 10. Okay, that's fine. Now this blue one, okay, this is kind of bringing it all together. Okay, all together, I can't catch more than 15 fish per day. I can't walk out of there with more than 15 fish. I don't care if they're surf perches or rockfish, just no more than 15. So that means I have to take the number of surf perches plus the number of rockfish, and it cannot be more than 15. So it has to be less than or equal to 15. All right, now's the graphing part. Okay, with the graphing part, when you have a single letter like you do on your first one, this green one, right, there's just one S. we're going to treat it like when it's like x equals or y equals, and we're just going to find 15 on our graph. So I'm pretty sure there's 15 squares. If not, this is going to be embarrassing. So this is 0 right here. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I got really lucky. All right. Now, I found that point on my graph. I want my graph to go straight through the surf perch axis, or what would be the x-axis. So I'm going to draw it straight up and down so it goes through. Not, it's not going to be on that line because that's not going to help me. So see how I connected it? It went straight through. You don't really have to go past the dot because that's negative and we can't do negative fishies. So we're going to leave it alone. Okay. Now I drew a solid line because it was or equals to. I forgot to point that out. That's my bad. But now we got to shade, do some shading. Okay, that says less than or equal to. This is not an above or below because it's like a straight line up and down. So I need to think about where the smaller surf perches are. Smaller surf perches are over here, right? These are all the less than 15s, surf perches. Okay. Second line, rock fishies. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to treat it like an x equals or a y equals. So I'm going to go count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rock fishes, it's going to be a solid line. And remember, I am going to draw it straight across. I'm not going to make it the rockfish axes. It's just going to go straight across. Okay, shading time. This is less than. Less than means I shade below the line where the small rock fishes are. So I'm going to shade below right here. Okay, this one's a tough one to start on because we're not done with just the two. We have to do the last one, the total fishes. So here's how I teach it. And if your teacher teaches it different, it's all good. But I like to do one letter at a time, and I like to see, like, if I'm going to max out on surf perches, how many surf perches can I get? So what I'm going to do is I am going to cover up the rock fishes right now. I'm going to pretend, no, we're not going to get any rock fishes. Okay? So what I'm doing is I'm finding an intercept on my surf perch or my rockfish axis. So if I only caught surf perches, I could have 15, right? If you cover it up, S is less than 15. So I'm going to find 15 on the S, which I kind of already did. It's right here. There's 15 on the S. That is my first point on that line. Second one. We are now going to cover up the surf perches, and we're going to pretend we only catch rockfishes. So I have R is less than 15. So now my second point, the max rockfishes I could catch are 15. So I'm going to put another dot on 15 on the rockfish side. So this is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, this says less than or equal to, line or no line. This is a line. So we're going to draw a solid line and connect the two. And now we got a shade. We can have our S back if we wanted to. We're done covering it up. And I just erased it. My bad. Okay, time to shade. This says less than or equal to, so I am going to shade below. Okay. Shade below. All right. So this area right here, where it's green and pink and blue, that is my answer. These are the, all the possible combinations of surf perches and rockfishes that I could catch. Like, here's one right here. I don't know what it is, or I could find out. It's 3 and 7. Cool. That works. Like, anything in this area right here totally works. And if you want to, like, go over it like this, like I'm doing with my rainbow pen, and make it really pretty, you totally can. I forgot to tell you to get the colors at the beginning of the video, so I'm sorry, don't get mad. Okay, we are going to do one more of these, and I know this is kind of a crazy day, but it's going to be okay. What I'm going to do is I would like you to just try to read this on your own. I want you to underline what's important. Maybe try to make the equation or the inequalities, try, but we are going to go over it together. So just take a minute to try to do it on your own. Pause your video now. All right, everybody. Realistically, this is where we could all get. I know this. Like, you could absolutely read this, underline what's important. You could say A equals apple, P equals peach, and then you could put apple and peach on your graph. You totally could do that. The next part, I realize that is the hard part. I totally realize that. So we are talking about two different totals, right? We're talking about total trees, at most 9 trees, and we're talking about total money. So his budget is $600, okay? So we got to make an equation that talks that we got to make two different equations. Our first equation is going to talk about total trees, okay? And our second equation is going to talk about total cost. So, if I am thinking, the one that I think is kind of hard to set up is honestly the total trees one. We're going to make that one green. So, total trees, I am planting apple and peach trees. So we have to take the total number of apples plus the total number of peaches, and it says at most 9. So like my backyard only has room for 9 trees. That needs to be a less than or an equals to, because I'm in trouble if I go over that. The second one is going to talk about the total cost. So we have some information about the peaches and the apple trees. So it says apples cost $75. So remember, the A and the P are the number of apples and the number of peach trees. So if I'm talking about cost, it's going to cost me $60 per apple tree. So 75 per apple tree, my bad. Plus 60 for the peach trees. So 60 P, okay? Which is, and then I only have $600. So I am not going to want to spend more than $600. I'm going to be in trouble because that's my budget. So we need another less than sign in there, or equals to. All right, so those are my 2 equations. This time I have 2 equations. That surf perch rockfish one was a little weird. So we're going to do the exact same thing that we did on the surf perch rockfish one. We're going to take turns covering up, okay? So let's pretend I am only going to do apple trees. So I just covered up the peach trees, right? It's gone, okay? How many total apple trees could I have in my backyard? I could have 9. I could seriously put 9 apple trees in my backyard if I really wanted to. Or if Frank really wanted to, whatever. So let's find 9 on my apple axis. Remember, this is 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. Now let's do peach. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the cover. We're now going to cover the A up. Okay, I usually do that with my hand or my finger, but I can't really do that right now because you can't see me. So total peaches, right? We cover up the A. If I only want peach trees, I could max out at 9 again if I really wanted to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, those are my 2 points. Now I'm going to draw my line. So this guy is, let's see, line or no line? There is a line, so I'm going to draw a solid line. Okay. And it says less than or equal to. Less than means I'm going to shade below the line, so shade below right here. All right. Now, we are going to have a little bit of work to do for the other one, and that's okay. So we're going to do the same thing on my cost one. We're going to pretend I only buy apple trees, okay? So I'm going to cover up the peach trees. It says 75A equals 600. So looking at it, I don't know how many apple trees I can buy. But what I could do is I could, off to the side right here, I could see, okay, how many apple trees could I buy if I wanted to hit $600? How would I get apples by itself, or A equals? I just need to divide by 75. Divide by 75. So if I only wanted apple trees, 600 divided by 75 is 8. Okay, so that's the point I'm going to put on my apple axes, is the 8. So this one, I remember this one was 9. That blue dot I just put on there, that's 8. Now we're going to do this one more time. Oh no. With the peaches, I am going to now cover up the apples. Okay. And if I only wanted to buy peaches, I would have to divide by 60 to see how many peach trees I could buy. And that one's a little bit easier to divide than 75, right? If I want peaches, right, 600 divided by 60 is 10. So I could have max 10 peach trees. And let's see. So 10 is the dot I'm going to put on the peach trees, which is right there, right above the 9 that I put earlier. Now I know I put equal signs. We're still working with inequalities. That was just to help me find like how many total. Okay. Here's the inequality. Okay, line or no line. There is a line, so I'm going to draw a solid line. It is less than, so I am definitely going to shade below the blue line. And these guys are kind of close together, and that's okay. All right. But that is my graph. I don't think there's another question that goes with this. Let me just check. Nope. That is it. Okay, here's the deal. This is a tough unit, or a tough section. So if you need help on this, that's okay. You know, ask your teachers for some help, ask questions, but that's all I got for you. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.